So apparently the Fever just leaked their starting five. According to this graphic right here,
The Indiana Fever may have just flipped the WNBA on its head after a major starting five leak that's got everyone buzzing. Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Mitchell, Dana Bonner, Natasha Howard, and Aaliyah Boston. Yes, that's the projected lineup. We're talking 5 All-Stars here. The past 2 Rookie of the Year winners and 3 players on max contracts all sharing the court. And trust me, we're just getting started. Stick around because we're diving into all the different lineup combos the Fever could use and why every other team should be watching closely. This squad doesn't just have 5 stars. They've got 9 players who could legitimately start depending on the matchup. And later on, Stephanie White reveals the type of offense she plans to run to manage all this
and yeah, this is apparently what it's going to be. Caitlin Clark at the 1, Kelsey Mitchell at the 2, DeWanna Bonner at the 3, Natasha Howard at the 4, and Aaliyah Boston at the 5. Obvious.
So what does this monster of a lineup mean for the rest of the WNBA? And how will chemistry develop when you've got this much talent in one locker room? Believe it or not, the real headline might be Sophie Cunningham's unexpected reaction to her new role. One that signals this team might finally have cracked the championship code. But first, let's break down what makes this particular 5 so unique.
In order for the Fever to achieve the goals that they have in front of them, everyone is going to need to buy into their role, and it's up to Stephanie White to put the best lineups out there, the best lineup combinations, and all of that. I took a stab at projecting what the starting 5 will be, and it's, not a huge leap, but obviously Caitlin Clark's going to be the point.
It all starts with Caitlin Clark, the generational player whose vision and unlimited shooting range are already reshaping how the game is played. She sees passing lanes before they even open. And people say she needs to be guarded the moment.
And you talk about players that change the game when they're on the court, whether they're touching the ball or not. You have to guard her when she steps into the gym. And so I don't think we've seen anything like that in women's basketball. I've played against a number of great shooters.
Yes.
Somebody that when they walk in the gym, you have to guard them. And I think the way the game is played has allowed her to showcase that skill, to be able to take that shot. That shot's being a good shot. It speaks to where basketball is right now.
Next to her is Kelsey Mitchell, one of the most dynamic scorers in the league, putting up over 19 points a game last season with her ability to generate
Kelsey Mitchell, the shooting guard, the most potent backcourt in the WNBA. I think DeWanna Bonner will be the Swiss Army knife kind of player at the 3.
Then we've got Dana Bonner bringing championship experience and length at 6 feet 4 inches that makes her a walking matchup nightmare on offense and defense. Add Natasha Howard, a defensive force who thrives in transition and knows how to execute in pick-and-roll situations. And of course, anchoring the post is 2023 Rookie of the Year Aaliyah Boston. Her footwork strength and high IQ in the paint make her a problem for
Natasha Howard fills that hole that they had at power forward, especially they were lacking somebody who could run the floor, catch and finish. Aaliyah Boston is the center who doesn't hunt for shots but can be a key cog on both ends.
This lineup works like a symphony. Every player complements the others. The floor spacing will be a nightmare for opposing defenses. Try doubling Clark. Mitchell will make you pay. Focus on the perimeter. Boston goes to work inside. Collapse on the inside. Clark, Mitchell, Howard, and Bonner can all hit threes. The blend of scoring, playmaking, and defense makes this starting 5 nearly impossible to guard straight up.
It was already tougher to load up on Kelsey Mitchell last year because Caitlin Clark was there. And when Kelsey's able to get out in transition, she's so fast. And when she's able to take you one-on-one, there ain't much you can.
And let's not overlook the budding connection between Clark and Boston. These two could become the WNBA's most dangerous young duo. Boston screens and rim rolls combined with Clark's laser-guided passes, that's a highlight reel waiting to happen. Their chemistry is only going to grow, and they've already got the tools to be one of the best tandems we've seen in years. Don't take it from me. Even Stephanie White is singing their praises.
When you think about the great point guards and post players that our game, not just our league, but our game has seen, they are going to go as the greatest. And I'm excited about the opportunity to work with them. I'm excited about the opportunity that we have to build from those starting points and build out, and for the longevity that those two could have in Indiana, in Indianapolis, and hanging banners in this building.
Together, this group of 5 brings over 80 points per game from last season. With Clark orchestrating the offense, expect everyone's efficiency to rise. The Las Vegas Aces and New York Liberty should take note. The A's smaller lineup may get punished inside, and the Liberty's defensive rotations will be stretched trying to cover all 5 weapons. This isn't a build for the future team anymore. The Fever are trying to win right now.
Cunningham, the first player off the bench to provide lineup versatility and shooting. Either way, there are a lot of options.
Don't sleep on what might be Indiana's biggest X factors. Sophie Cunningham and Lexi Hull. Sophie's response to coming off the bench: pure class, no ego, no frustration, just excitement to support Clark and contribute however she can. That's not just rare in professional sports, it's nearly unheard of.
So I saw Sophie Cunningham talk about how she is thrilled to join a supporting role next to Caitlin Clark and that she's playing on a stacked Fever squad.
Think about it. How many times have we seen veterans fight against a bench role? Allen Iverson refused it with Memphis and walked away from the game. Carmelo Anthony clashed with the Rockets when his role didn't match his expectations. In contrast, Cunningham's complete buy-in could be the cultural glue that holds this team together. It's a sacrifice that may end up being the key to their success.
Sophie Cunningham, who I mentioned before, who I do think will be the first player off the bench because of all of the things she can bring to the team, where they can go small with her and spread the floor. I mean, you can go real small. You could play Howard at center and Cunningham at the 4, something like that. Really space the floor out and give teams a different look. She can play a traditional spot on the wing, of course, and she has a little bit more, I think they're listed at the same height, but she has a little bit more length and size, I believe, than Lexi Hull. And that's, another shooter out on the floor.
Built on more than just talent, they're fueled by players who fully embrace their roles. And that's exactly what makes Sophie Cunningham so valuable to the Indiana Fever. Her unselfish mindset signals a major cultural shift happening in Indiana. One where personal stats take a back seat to team success. It's the kind of attitude head coach Stephanie White needs to take this collection of stars and mold them into a true title contender. Cunningham's ability to guard multiple positions, shooting from deep, and bringing relentless energy off the bench gives Indiana an edge most teams don't have. As the projected 6th woman, she brings the kind of skill that could easily be starting on other teams. But instead of pushing for the spotlight, she's laser-focused on what helps the Fever win. That kind of self-awareness and maturity is rare and essential for any team with championship aspirations.
And then there's Lexi Hull, who was relied upon a little bit too much a season ago. Lexi's a little undersized to guard some of the players that she had to guard and would get in foul trouble. And when she got in foul trouble, it was really debilitating for the team. Now I think she can bring that energy all the time and not have to worry about the foul trouble because of the lineup versatility that they have. For Lexi, the key is, can she continue to hit at the clip from 3 that she did the second half of last season? And she's got to get better at finishing around the cup. I mean, that's an area of improvement.
Lexi Hull adds even more firepower to the bench unit. She's a gritty defender who brings full court pressure and never takes a playoff. Need someone to shut down an opponent's top scorer? Paul's your answer. Need someone to space the floor. She quietly led the entire WNBA in three-point shooting percentage last season. Whether it's hitting a timely corner 3 or diving for a loose ball, Hull's contributions aren't flashy, but they're crucial.
We've seen a lot of Brianna Turner working out with the team. I think her ability to set screens, hopefully catch and finish, could give her some minutes, because Aaliyah Boston really the only kind of what you would consider a center on the squad at this moment.
Then there's Brianna Turner, the unsung hero of Indiana's interior game. She's not someone you'll see taking over on the scoreboard, but her ability to set brutal screens and finish plays in traffic makes her a perfect complement to playmakers like Caitlin Clark. With so much attention drawn to shooters on the perimeter, Turner becomes a key finisher in the paint, capitalizing on all the space that Clark's gravity creates. Meanwhile, Lexi Hull and Brianna Turner form a defensive duo that keeps Indiana's energy up when the starters rest. Hull's hustle keeps the tempo high while Turner protects the rim and cleans up the glass. They're the glue players every successful team needs. Doing the dirty work, staying locked in, and making sure there's no drop-off in intensity when the bench comes in.